and give it to a company and all lot of stuff about the company. And I said, okay, I refer you to the procurement committee. Luckily, I was out of the country. The vice president of finance was the first person who signed that project. And our project came after we lost the downstream operation to the LPRC. So I just didn't want to just be a CEO that would just travel and take pictures and just post on social media. I traveled to Japan, I traveled to London, I traveled to this for conference. So
Oh, yes, indeed. What a wonderful way to say good afternoon. Today is Tuesday, the 19th of August, AD 2025. Good afternoon and a pleasant welcome to yet another fascinating edition of the program, The Roundtable, here on Blaze Radio. And this program comes on air from Mondays to Fridays, from 4:15 to 6 o'clock p.m. On the Roundtable, issues of virtual concern, issues of national concern are discussed. On the Roundtable, we bring keywords on our correspondent, your phone in calls, your test reactions, words from our sponsors, are all the major component of the program from Mondays to Fridays. So this afternoon, you are indeed welcome. And let me welcome you that I have never done before to this wonderful edition. My name is Archie, say Bob Yene, presenting from the Cousin Studio of Blaze 90.7 up the Boss 10 Point here in Rehab Community. And of course, on today's edition, we're gonna be looking at two separate issues. The political leader of the Citizen Movement for Change, CMC, Musa Hassan Bedete, the representative of District Number 7, Nimba County, has vowed not to contest as a representative candidate comes 2029, but rather appear on the ballot as a presidential material. And of course, NEC's headquarters on sale for sale. Over 171,000 unpaid debt. Commercial courts order. These plus your test reactions and your calls and comment viewers and our sponsors, I all constituted to make today's edition of the program, The Roundtable, the wonderful and successful presentation. Keep glued. My name is Archie Sebot Yene. We take this break. When we come back, we come in with our correspondent segment of the program. And don't forget, the Sinan Group is our proud sponsor. You can do the same, be the sponsor to this program. The Roundtable, we will always advertise and promote your businesses and other business related to you on this platform. Let's say no to drugs. Let's fight drugs together. It has killed the fabric of our society. Young people continue to fall prey to drugs across the country. So keep glued and increase the volume of a radio. Archie say Bob Yene. We take this break to be right back with the correspondent segment of the program. Oh, yes, indeed. Oh, yes, indeed. Fatumata, what a beautiful piece on the round table this afternoon. Now, with the correspondent segment, like I said, we introduce our first correspondent from Grand Gila County. And in Grand Gila County, uh, the Liberia National Police has charged Bourguin and Bees National with multiple crimes in Grand Gila County. And our reporter, Abraham Cooper, is pretty seated to feed us in with details of that information. Good afternoon, Abraham.
Good afternoon, Archie, and let me say good afternoon to many listeners and the peace loving people of Liberia who are there in that part of the country. It's good to be live on the platform. It's Absalom from Grand Gila County.
It's so good. How is Grand Gila County, the southeast?
Yeah, Grand Gila is relatively fine, and we are experiencing sunshine here since this morning up to present. So everything is okay for now in Grand Gila.
Okay. So, from the report that Burkina National has been charged with multiple crimes by the Liberia National Police, bring us to date as it relates to that development.
Yes, the information is true and correct. The Liberia National Police in Grenada, most especially the Grenada detachment, have charged and forwarded to the Swahili City Magisterial Code or serious Burkina Faso national accused of multiple crimes, including criminal attempt to commit murder, aggravated assault, criminal conspiracy, and criminal facilitation. This incident occurred on August 3, 2025, in the Lincoln Forest in the Biai Administrative District, where two groups of Burkina Faso clashed over land ownership. The both sides claiming
Of the property.
that part of the country, which the group, one of the groups led by the Bakin Lufun, is one of the Burkina Faso group also in the country, because there are two different groups, but they are all from Burkina Faso.
Okay.
So the other group that first entered Nigeria since 2016 is referred to as the Banfin Nafu group, and later on, around 2020, 2022, coming up to present, we begin to see the Mosi. They are all from Burkina Faso. These are the two different groups, and those two groups, they are not friendly actually to be real.
Okay.
So anytime they bracket with each other in the forest, they end up fighting or making serious confusion. So the LNP swiftly responded to the scene in the Biayi Administrative District, where they subsequently charged and forwarded them to court. First, they brought them to the Liberia National Police Headquarters in Sweden, and later on they were charged and forwarded to court here at the Zwaju City Magisterial Court. And as we speak, the investigation is ongoing.
So, upper hand, people will be concerned. Burkina Faso, they are not Liberian national. How then do they own property for which they will be fighting against one another?
Now that they actually own a property, so it's like the Grenadians are the one who own the forest.
Okay.
But there is certain portion of the forest that will get paid for. Maybe I have my 50, hectares of land. So I gave it all to the Burkina Faso, while other persons also have theirs, and they gave it all to Burkina Faso. So the boundaries that they show there is there where the problem is coming from. One group is saying that it is not a rightful boundary that will, shown to them by the forest owner.
Okay.
Then the other group also saying that it's a real boundary. So other people encroach, that is, they get on the other side that does not belong to them. So the both of them bracket in the forest, that which resulted to, that clash between the both of them. And one person was severely wounded, where even his left ear was caught in the process of collapse.
Wow. So there have also been numerous of news from the southeast about the proliferation and of those Burkina Faso incursion on properties belonging to Liberia. Something the Grand Jida County District Number 1 Representative Sokan has put forth before the House's plenary for intervention. So how is the process? How is the Burkina Faso? Are they still in huge numbers as they used to be?
As we speak, according to, because the president of the Republic of Liberia asked all of the countries, spearheaded by the Liberia Immigration Service, to do registration of those Burkina Faso that are currently in the country. So last week when we spoke to the head of the LRS, Mr. Ellis Paklo, he told us that although the registration is still ongoing, but those who have already officially registered with LRS, there are about 46,000 plus Burkina Faso registered in the country. And the registration, as we speak, is still ongoing.
So what is the process leading to the registration? How is it done?
According to the LRS commander, he said they have been mandated because they want to get full record on the Burkina Faso, especially those of them who are already in the country. So while the registration is also ongoing, they are not expecting any of them to enter the country until they get through with the registration process.
So what are their major activities in those forests that they are purchasing from Grenadans and Liberians, and how, what are their activities?
Yeah, meaning they are involved with the cocoa farming. So they always come, and then if you have, you as a chief, if you have your forest, you will take them there. If there are 2 or 3 hectares, then you will inform them, you tell them, then they will. The only agreement between the both of you, that is the forest owner, and them, is they will do all of the expenses, but they will give you certain, money from the onset, from the beginning. They will give you certain money. If that 2, according to them, it depends on the number of hectares that you have. So if you have 1, they will give you about 100,000 in Liberian dollars now. The 100,000. The rest of it, they will be using, they will be carrying all of the expenses to feed those guys who are working on the farm when the cocoa, after 3 years, because the cocoa takes 3 years to reach to production. When the cocoa is reached, when it reaches to production, now what they do is, you will be taking 40% of whatever produce that will get from that farm. Then they will take 60% of the produce. This is the agreement between they and the forest owner.
All right. Thank you so much, Abraham, for that wonderful report. Hope to get you tomorrow.
Thank you so much. It's a pleasure to be live on your platform this evening.
The voice of Abraham Cooper there from Grand Gida County reporting. So we now take a mini break to be back with another person from across Liberia. Oh yes, what a wonderful way! I just can't imagine if you all were watching live to see how I'm dancing to this music from the back. This is a beautiful song from here from the Princess of Liberia. On the line is our reporter Mark Roger from Grand Cape County. Mark, good afternoon and welcome.
Good afternoon, and thanks for joining me.
How was Grand Cape County today?
Well, that one is okay, and you are calling me where I am. It's a bordering town between Liberia and Sierra Leone, and that's the last town in Papa district called Caroline, there where I am right now.
Okay. And Mark, you are reporting a very sad and tragic motor accident that led to the loss of life of one person in Cape Mount County. Will you bring us detail of this report?
Yes, this incident happened what we gather on late Sunday evening.
Okay.
5 girls with the bike rider making them, that's 4 girls with the bike rider making them 5. They left another town called Bambala, and they have gone to another town called Zimi, Zimi Dandai. And on their way back home, the bike rider approaching a bridge, the light gave up on the bridge, on the back. So it was between 9 going to 10 o'clock in the night. So accidentally, they all ran into the river, the water.
Wow.
So the other four managed to make their way out, but this girl, a 23-year-old girl, a student of the Zini Bambala Public School, and from our investigation, she was just promoted on this current semester to ninth grade. She could not make her way out. Her name is Ria Sisse. She was the only person who died in that motorbike accident. So
Wow.
the remaining four, the next morning, they were invited by the Liberian National Police. They saw investigation. The back rider was asked, and he was able to explain. So as we speak, they also sustained injuries. Now they are undergoing medication because of the wound they sustained from the accident.
So Mark, were the five-person passengers on a single motorbike?
Yes, indeed. Even fire, it is very common. That's a common thing that happens in the rural area. And the so unfortunate thing, the story behind is that
Mm.
these five girls leave this other town. They had all of them had these four girls leave the town, the other town. All of them have their boyfriend in this town that they were coming from. They leave
Wow.
the other town and they go on to visit their boyfriend while returning to their own biological or their
Time.
own hometown. It was the time they were involved into this accident, but the other girl could not survive the situation.
So it was due to the lack of light on the motorbike.
Yes, after they approached the bridge, trying to cross the bridge, the light went off, and they were already on a bridge. So the only thing they could do, they could not make their way. They just fell in the river.
So
They
what is the
fell in the river,
condition? What is the
and
condition of this bridge in question?
well, this part of Franklin Makane that we are talking about, most of the bridges that the people use here, these are rigged. Those, those iron the company use, those iron
Okay.
string that our company use. It is what they place on the bridge. Maybe it has space, it had decreased spaces between it. That had it laid six pieces on the bridge with an open place. So that's how mistakenly they fell into the river.
So Mark, normally carrying about four-person on a single motorbike is a traffic violation. So what is the traffic police saying, or what measure are they putting in place to prevent such incidents from future occurrence?
Well, the police try to curtail these things to bring these things under control, but at the outskirts of the county, on the main road, those who ride this track, whenever they are approaching the checkpoint, they will pull some people down from the bike. Maybe one or two person will remain on the bike. The other people walk and cross the checkpoint. But
Okay.
to have this thing arrested in the outskirts of the community of the main road,
Mm.
it's just very difficult because the police before right now even there's the issue of security in Cape Mount. The person of police is limited. We have limited limited immigration officers. All of the security, this has been an old age problem. People have been calling for additional security strength. So even where we are, we try to even interview the township. This is Kabelang. They continue to complain about security. There are people who just come from neighboring Seldon, come and cause harbor in the community, and to have them even arrested. No police presence is here. The entire Papa district we're talking about 5 police officers, and that Papa is one of the biggest districts in Grand Cape Mount County. To see security situation like this is very, very so these are calls that people are making that they need security present around this area because at times people come and create harbor and just cross to the next neighboring country, and that which they cannot have control over them.
Wow. It's so sad to hear that news. And is there anything else you want to talk about before we take leave of you?
Yes. Another thing that I also want to talk about is the inaccessibility of roads,
Okay.
especially this side of Cape Town we are talking about. The people are very challenged. This
Those are major
businessman, they used to,
challenges. Those are major challenges facing in the rural
yeah,
part of Liberia.
yes, a businessman who used to be more popular in Cape Town, they call Idrissa Mansari.
Mhm.
Most of the time, before when he was much powerful, getting diamond and gold, he used to use his own Asmoe equipment, face the road. But at this present condition, at this present moment, to access Papa District, you might be much stronger. You must have four-wheel vehicle to come. Even for us, as journalists traveling on the back, I was traveling from the quota to come by here. We have fallen three different times on a motorbike.
So how people
So
manage
it
their in
tells
terms of healthcare delivery when you're complaining of the bad road situation?
yeah, and these are all challenges that people are faced with. Staffers at the facility, there are not many. The educational sector is also broken. There's one teacher assigned, and that also is a volunteer teacher assigned at the school.
Wow, wow.
One volunteer teacher,
So
he
pathetic.
alone dealing with students from A, B, C to sixth grade. Can you imagine that? So we actually begin to consider see this the education in the rural area is just on the lip as not practical as the bigger part of the counties are as compared to most rural. In the rural area, education is very, very appalling. If you consider somebody bathing, they are very bad up. Even and these bathing, some of them continue going to remain as delayed until the next academic year without one repair work going to be done. Chairs, no. The children sit on the bare floor in this modern age of our time. So this is a very serious, serious issue.
Wow. Okay, Mark, thank you for that excellent report. Hope to get more details from you tomorrow.
You are most welcome. Thank you for always highlighting Kipman on this platform. Thank you.
The voice of Mark Roger there in Grand Cape County. We will take this break from our sponsor. When we come back after the break, we'll go to Bombay County where William Kerman is there to feed us in from Bombay County.
Hey there! Have you heard about Sina Group Limited? Sina Group Limited is a reliable, efficient, and water drilling expert, specializes in deep borehole drilling, pump installation, and water system maintenance to ensure you have access to clean and sustainable water anywhere, anytime. Services we offer include water well drilling and installation, site assessment and planning, detailed evaluation of potential drilling site. We carry out installation of well casing to prevent contamination, grapple parking to stabilize the well, and proper slim to maintain water quality. We also provide pump testing and other evaluation to determine the capacity and sustainability of our water source. We recommend and install appropriate pump systems such as submersible and jet pumps. We connect the pump to the overall water supply network, including storage and distribution systems. We also do scheduled maintenance and prompt repairs to ensure optimum performances and longevity of the pump system. We carry on inspection and evaluation of older or underperforming wells to identify issues such as casing damage. That's not all. At Sina Group Limited, we do systematic collection of water samples from various points in the supply system, ensures compliance with health standards, and confirm portability. We provide expert guidance on water supply system design, including optimal well placement, pump sizing, and integration integration with local infrastructure. The Sina Group Limited manages the full life cycle of water project from initial assessment and design to execute and post installation support, ensuring projects are delivered on time and within a budget. With our cutting edge technology, we utilized the most advanced drilling equipments. The Sina Group Limited trusted clients include UC, US Embassy, Geeks, and many more. Contact us today at our regional office near Zone 3 Police Station, Tottenham Boulevard, Congo Town, Liberia, or call us on the following cell numbers: 0777 393 950 or 0888 701 391, or email us at info at sinagrouplimited.com. Visit our website at www.sinagrouplimited.com. Sina Group Limited, the expert in well drilling in Liberia, is here for you.
The top class vocational and professional institution, the Conduit of Potentials, COPS, informs the public that it is currently accepting students to study in its grade school and unique catering, hairdressing, tailoring, decoration, and computer programs. Students are given the requisite practical knowledge and skills in exactly those basic things needed for the job market. For our professional programs, COTS is also accepting students to study in its upgraded programs in computer, electricity, plumbing, light duty driving, procurement and logistics, project proposal writing with basic skills in project design, baseline, monitoring and evaluation (M&E), and psychosocial and trauma counseling programs. Other programs include public speaking and standard English. Our computer students are given additional training in office writing and practices. Hey ladies, come now and study in our catering, hairdressing, and tailoring programs. COPS, with over 15 years of professional service, our programs are taught by highly trained and experienced facilitators. Academic certificates and diplomas are offered. For our grade school, COPS is accepting students from nursery up to 12th grade for this school year. Students from 5th to 12th grade are allowed to study one vocational program. For our grade school students, you can take advantage of our catering, hairdressing, computer, and music programs during this vacation period for only 20 United States dollars. COPS accepts both educated and uneducated people in its vocational school. If you are a lover of plumbing, electricity, air conditioning, and keyboard, you should be on your way to COPS right away. Visit our campus between the Latter day Saints Church and the St. Kizito Catholic Church, Cops Castle, Pinsville City, or call 0776 547 1882. Cops is the school of the professionals.
Oh yes, that was words from our sponsors, those who are the brain behind this program. And don't forget, the Radio Entertainment Liberia is one of our sponsors. So to be part of today's cash giveaway, you can dial star 799 star 9 hash, follow the instruction to be able to win yourself some money as you listen to the show. Star 799 star 9 hash, and follow the rest of the instructions that will pop up on your phone. Play in Liberian dollars, play in United States dollars if you wish, and be part of the cash giveaway and double your chances to be still a better chance to win. Now we will cross over to Bomi County. Sorry, Bomi County. We have William Coman is in Bomi County, where a school is preparing to reopen. You have the Bowie Peace Foundation, Africa Book Beds and Draft has started its enumeration for students with an average of 90% and above from first grade to fifth grade in Bombay County. And William going to bring us to date. Good afternoon, Williams.
Yeah, good afternoon. Actually, let me say good afternoon to the peace loving citizens of Mama Liberia. It's a pleasure to be on your platform again this afternoon.
And how is Bombay County?
Bombay County is relatively kind.
All right. Will you bring us to speed as it relates to the enumeration program?
Yeah, thank you. Basically, the Bowie Foundation is a local-based organization that is operating in Bomi. Normally, these have been, obvious behaviors, I mean, the obvious operations of the entity, and they always help parents. They always encourage students who perform well in their academic sojourns whenever year comes to an end and whenever the school is about to open. And so they decide to carry on enumerations and try to capture students who perform well, most especially students who pass honor roll with the average of 90 and above. And we give them a bag, a school bag with some school materials in there, including $20 United States dollars per student. So that would be going on, and comment as I speak is ongoing in the county. And of course, but what they are saying is that they have been experiencing these activities in the county, even not in Bomi alone, but in other parts of the country, mostly in Monserrado, that most when people hear about this particular organization trying to improve and try to promote students who perform well, they always go ahead to create their own schools and prepare fake report cards. But this, they are also conscientizing people to not venture around that, because they're going to be a verification team. They're going to verify your report card that will be submitted to the office, and also trace after the report card to know which school is that, what other school is in existence, and to know as well that particular child. In fact, before giving the book back to a child will be present, and with identity, everything with the school identity as well. So there are criteria set up in order to help the students for the right people to get, like road now. Whenever they got something, they got something that's coming up, so people have to get something extraordinary for what is reality, what the reality is. So they choose to do that in order to help students who are performing in grade school, mostly from first grade to fifth grade. So that's a benchmark. That's a great average that between there we're going to consider students from there.
So
and
for how long?
Students with average 90 above.
For how long has this initiative been in the county, and what have been the impact so far?
Yeah, it has been impactful to the citizens of Bomi, and it has been there over 2 to 3 years now. It has been impactful mostly when it comes to the kind of situation where students who perform well and their parents, sometimes the parent does not have the hands at that moment to buy, to purchase a book bag and other books and other school materials that will be installed into the book bag, including some cash, like $20 US per student, that are medical materials. So some parents are saying it's very helpful to them because, but there's a threshold. The threshold is 100 students across Bombing. So 100 students that we perform with the average of 19 and above in the various schools they won't be captured in the particular process. So and in that process, not only everybody going to apply and fill in the form going to be captured, we're going to get on verification of each of the students per their schools in order to bring transparency in the process.
So how many schools are they targeting?
They are targeting as many as they can. In fact, they are targeting all of the schools in the county. But they should meet the criteria of the particular benchmark at the average of 90 and above.
Okay. And you also said the Western Cluster Limited has held a day intern training with students at the GoNet Foundation, the GoNet Africa Foundation on Environmental and Social Protection.
Yeah. So today again, the GoNet Academy, that's the GoNet African Academy there in Monrovia. I think they are into Western Cluster where the Environmental Protection Agency, that is safety, the director of the Western Cluster conducted a training workshop with them today, a 2 hours training workshop, and that which will also be added to their, academic sojourn. They are from the environmental and social protection area. That's the department they are from the GoNet academy there in Monrovia. So they are under internship and move on to visit the various companies where they got to interact with the EPA. That's the safety director of the company. So the safety department of the Western Cluster were able to meet up with them today, have a 2 hours interactive discussion with them, and give them some ideas in the fields of environmental and social protection agency department.
Okay, so and what impact do they say they receive? How was the knowledge received, and how are they going to utilize it?
Yeah, they actually, they were grateful to the interaction because there are new ideas that came up. In fact, they was able to learn some new things from there as well. They were able to know some laws. They were able to know some articles. When the EPA the EPA Act was also uh, passed into law. Into act. Yeah, the act of the EPA that
Mhm.
was created, and when we put all this thing was land, they actually appreciated the company with respect to those effects. So, it means that they were also saying that they achieved through those particular interactions. It was, their learning outcome was a great one today.
Okay. Well, thank you so much, William. Hope to get more information from you tomorrow. It was nice having you on today's edition of the Roundtable.
Thank you ever so much, Archie, and it's a pleasure to be on your platform. It's a pleasure.
The voice of William Corman there from Bomi County. Indeed, with that, we now come to the end of the correspondent segment of the show, and I welcome you to our talking point here on Blaze Radio as part of the show today. So, like I said, our talking point will be uh, focusing on District Number 7 representative of Nemba County and the standard bearer or the flag bearer of the CMC. We're going to be talking about that today, where he has promised not to appear on the ballot as a representative candidate, but rather the presidential material. And the issue at the National Election Commission today, we're going to be talking about that at a later time when we throw a little light of this. But we'll be right back after this. Oh yes, what Benny want? What a beautiful sound from Liberia's Princess Faru Gifla. With that, welcome back to the roundtable here on Blaze Radio 90.7, folks. If you're there in Red Light Market, you're there in Thinker Village. If you are there in Yatana, in Konaun, in Plebo, in Kawakan, if you there in Suakoko, would like to say welcome to all of you on the round table this afternoon. My name is Archie Sebop Yende. It's so interesting in Liberia. Every day that breaks, new things happen. Excuse me. Uh, great news always coming up. And look, there are too many things that happen every day, my people. As day breaks, too many things continue to happen. in this little country called Liberia, this little Miami. Oh, too many things happened. But hey, uh, Representative Musa Hassan Bedite, Representative Musa Hassan Bedite, uh, has resigned as the resigned as the chairman for the Rule and Law Caucus, uh, as the chair on the Rule of Law Caucus at the House of Representatives. You all know about that group, and he resigned a day ago. And here is what he said: Today, in order to focus on my role as a political leader of the CMC, and with the full support of our membership to the Rule of Law Caucus, I have turned over the chairmanship of the Rule of Law Caucus to Honorable Jacob C. DB, Representative District Number 3, Grand Jita County, as our new chair. I pledge my full support to Honorable DB as he takes on the caucus leadership. So he has resigned from that position. He wants to focus as a political leader. And on the other hand, on the other hand, uh, Berete has said uh, he will be contesting. The other day he appeared on Spoon FM and he said by 2029, the name Berete, the name Berete uh, will be surfacing as a presidential candidate. The name Berete will be surfacing as a presidential candidate and not a representative candidate anymore. So there will be great things happening in 2029 because now in Liberia, everyone focus is 2029. People are not thinking about what impact they're going to make. People are not thinking about what difference they're going to bring. Everything they think of now is 2029, 2029, 2029, 2029. That's that's the mindset of everyone. That's what people are now thinking about. But folks, uh, Berete as a representative, truth be told, and not being a PR for Berete, and wouldn't even appreciate to be one. Uh, Despite the controversy surrounding the integrity of Berete, I think to some extent in his district, he has immensely contributed, and I think the people there will not regret why they elected him. But here is the thing: he was elected for 6 years, and now he is saying for the 6 years he was elected for, he feels that it is enough. And after that 6 years, he will be focusing, comes 2029, on his election or his bid or quest for the presidency. So that is, it is now an open district number 7 is now an open zone for anybody that can take advantage. If you want to be representative, you can contest there. The district is there. Even though I'm not too sure whether if Benedict would have gone back as a representative, he would have been re-elected because nowadays you don't predict the future of any election. The electorate's minds are now developed. People have now different school of thoughts. People are now refined in decision making. They make decision based on what they feel better for them. That's how they elect people. Even though people they elect at times go about frustrating and betraying the struggle for which they were being elected. Now, could Berete make a better president? This is the question I want you to answer if you call today. Could Berete make a better president? Even though since he made that pronouncement, there have been too many controversies from civil society actors based in Nimba County and in his district, saying that it would be preferable that he resigned as a representative to focus on his quest as a presidential aspirant that is aspiring for the presidency in 2029 than to be holding on the position as a representative, not focusing on the district, because now his minds will never be on the district, will be rather on his quest for the presidency, his admiration for the presidency. That's why civil society actors are now saying. On the other hand, other supporters of Berete and people who feel that Berete is a good leader to them also are saying the civil society actors should give chance. Berete can still be a representative, still supporting his quest for the presidency. But that I don't think there's any law that says you can when you are a representative, do not contest. That law only applies to government or presidential appointees. Presidential appointees are forbidden from participating in political activities, even though they continue to breach the code of conduct. So that law only applies to a presidential appointee. When you are appointed as an appointee by the president, whether you director, you minister, you civil servant, if you want to contest the law, say leave 2 years ahead and resign because you are not to use the position to vie for your elected position. That's what the law say. But civil society actors are now calling on Benete to, to safely resign as a representative and focus on his presidential quest. Is that necessary? Is that backed by law? No. So, but that's their advocacies. That's what they feel because they are from the district. So you're going to be answering these questions. What ability could make a better president? Where do you see this ending? His quest for the presidency. We will leave it as it is. You will answer that question for us on the show. And if you're just joining us, I'd like to say good afternoon and welcome. This is Blaze Radio 90.7, and the program is The Round Table. My name is Archie Say Bob Yene. So, like I said earlier, the National Election Commission, the National Election Commission uh, properties, the headquarters of the National Election Commission was on today locked, but a little time open over debt, the old event. But let me bring this, and this report is from the Variety News. Commercial court orders seizure of NEC's assets over 171,000 debt to local printing company. Hey, Liberia. You owe local businessmen 171,000. Let me read this before I come out. The Commercial Court of Liberia has issued a writ of exclusion against the National Elections Commission, NEC, authorizing the seizure and sale of its assets to settle a long-standing debt of US 171,000 a Morovia-based printing company. According to the court documents, the writ was signed by His Honor Chin Chin A. Pega, Associate Judge of the Commercial Court, was officially issued on August 12, 2025. So it was a few days ago that this ruling issued. The ruling comes after a successful legal action initiated by the M Touch Print Media, represented by Mr. Vani A. Fambule, in an action of debt fight during the August turn of court in 2022. A long time. Yeah, I Aaron Jens at end represented by its executive chairperson, Mistress Deviatat Brown Lasana, and the board of commissioners. Shoo, the seal of the court has authorized the seizure of real property owned by the commissions. By the commission. In a more severe provision, the writ states that the assets can be found. The sheriff is ordered to bring Mistress Lasana and other authorized officers of the National Elections Commission before the court to be dealt with in keeping with the law. Oh, my people, Liberia. This marked a significant enforcement of judicial authority against all major government institutions. Legal analysts say the ruling highlights the growing strength of Liberia's commercial legal system in comparing government agency to honor financial obligations to private sector's provider or service provider. The NEC chairperson has not issued a public statement regarding the court's decision. The matter seems for services allegation uh, rounded by the M Touch Print Media, for which the NEC failed to make payment, uh, re- resulting in the court's final judgment in favor of the company. The court has ordered that once funds are recovered through the execution process, the plaintiff is to be paid the full sum less court costs. The development raises question about financial accountability within public institutions, especially as the nation prepares for upcoming by-election later this year. Wow, 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 folks. The National Election Commission, the body that is supposed to be credible, Look, uh, I will not tell you the exact figure today, maybe sometime tomorrow, because there's no luxury of time that I run through the budget allocation for the National Election Commission. Look, the National Election Commission has money. There are huge budget. The NEC just use 1 million. Uh, uh, in fact, 2 million for the senatorial by-election in Nima County. And they use nearly 1 million to conduct a by-election in District Number 5 recently. So then, Uh, I'm not going to look at this for how much budget the NEC has, for how much the NEC can afford. But what I'm going to be looking at today is the cruelty of the NEC and any other government official who are in the constant habit to refusing to meet up with their financial obligations to local businesses. Look, there has the propensity to undermine the operational cost of businesses, to break down businesses. Everyone knows the financial constraint in this economy. You know what business is going through. They need to pay taxes to government. They have staffers to pay. Some of them need to pay their rent as business owners if they are not on their own property. The business need to run because if this businessman goes the ability to add up to its employees with the people that were being employed by that business owner. That's one thing you should be looking at. If you owe a local vendor a sum of 171,000 in this economy, it's being wicked. Even though they are yet to speak, but we will not be blunt on them until we hear what they have to say. Now, it is a disgrace. It is a disgrace that one of the government's most respected body, the body that people hold in high esteem, today property will be put in for sale. It's a disgrace. The NEC brings itself to public disrepute. That you sit there, you owe a vendor, you owe them. What is a little over 171,000 that NEC cannot afford? That you owe a vendor to the extent that the court will issue an order your property for sale. And I love what the court said. If the properties, the movable properties sold and cannot meet up with with what they're supposed to pay this vendor, the commission's property should be added. And in fact, all of the commissioners and the NEC boss should meet the court to meet up with their obligation. This is evilness, wickedness to high extent. You want to break a Liberian business down. Do you know how many family, if that business is broken down today and a man cannot afford, do you know how many family you'll be taking food for in a month? Are you care to know about that? Look, government, government cannot employ everyone. Let's be real. Government cannot employ everyone. Least to talk about provide provide uh, a little job, maybe daily hire job for citizens. Government cannot do it. So if you have businesses, look, besides today the NEC own in public, the NEC own in public is what we're talking here. Do you know how many government that owed local vendors? You go there, you use the main print price. You print your material, your electoral material, your awareness papers, you print them. When you go to Ghana, all the countries that you go to print your electoral ballots, papers, and all that thing, you don't credit. The NSC can credit. Budgets are made for every given election. So why can't you use them and rather credit, even if you credit? Because some of those vendors, when they are bidded and they're successful in the bidding process, some of them you do pre-finance. So if the vendor does a pre-finance, is it a crime that you cannot refund? It's never the crime that you should not refund because he or she did pre-financing. It's another means to empower Liberian businesses. That's why the president said you should prioritize Liberian business. The Liberianization the president spoke about, I don't think it was from this perspective that, oh, if you owed a vendor or in Liberia, don't pay because we want to prioritize Liberian business. Hell no. That's not what the government is talking about. That's not what the president's meant. He meant to empower Liberians, prioritize Liberian industry so that they too can be a help to citizens that government cannot provide job for. Amen. NEC, this borders around your integrity. It borders around your credibility. So now, assuming in the next 3 months, there is a by-election created. By-election can be created at any time. Death, somebody can die. Any government official can die. Anybody. So the issue of death, I'm not wishing for them to die. Any elected person can die. I'm not wishing, even myself speaking here can die anytime. Death is inevitable. So don't say, oh, you're wishing for people to die. Myself can die anytime. If I move from here, I go, I die tomorrow. You say, oh, actually die will shock you. So that is inevitable. Somebody can die at any time. So it is possible that by-election can be created at any time because the law says when there is a need for the creation of by-election, maybe through death or resignation or illness, within the next 3 months, which is 90 days, there should be a conduct of by-election. So assuming that is done today, and that 90-day falls within today that election should be conducted, maybe this week, the NDC is holding that property on sale or it's being closed because it was closed. Today, activities at the NDC's compound came to a standstill. The area was locked. It was locked for more than 2 hours. Later, to an appeal, it was open to give them access maybe to leave and other things. But we will still follow up to know what the outcome of this will be like. You have to pay this businessman his money. Pay him. Pay this man his money. He has liabilities to take care of. He has to pay government tax. If I let man owing government and not paying government tax, they will close his business. And I like what the court look. The judiciary system, it need to be overhauled. It need to be rebranded so that citizens can believe in judiciary system. So that it cannot be, oh, like government official, then when I care into court, what will happen? What they will say, no, the law not for government official. The law for you. You, the citizen. That's why you need to take your time to understand what the law says, what right the law gave you, what power you have as a citizen. So that people cannot infringe on you. So that people can infringe on you. Folks, this is the round table, 27 minutes up to 6 o'clock. At this juncture, we will open the phone lines to hear from you. Billy say he will be contesting for the presidency comes 2029 and not a representative candidate anymore. And so the NEC office too was closed. What's your take on this issue? Can Benetton make a president? Could he? And 0777907 0777907 0887 111 107 887 111 107 plus 231 888 7750. The WhatsApp number if you're watching it live and want to call. Let me place these numbers here. So you can now call us, make your input on the round table. We have 6 o'clock shot. We leave from here. We were not condone the time where we're about to leave and calls are trooping in. So if you call in, you call now, make your input. Could the CMC political leader make a good president for Liberia? Could he? And what do you also make of the action today at the NDC's office where their property is being put up for sale? Seize your property, give it up for sale. If you fail to pay the people money, you owe a vendor. 777 907 907 0 887 111 If you're watching live and want to call the WhatsApp number, maybe out of Liberia, plus 231 888 577750. Those are numbers to participate. Look, let us not learn to always be cruel. Look, government entity needs credibility, particularly like the NEC. The NEC, the National Election Commission, we're talking about credibility. Those are entities people look at. Those are entities people look at in terms of credibility, respect for the rule of law. Those are entities people look at. The NEC, but you sit there, they seize your property and pull it for sale. You know what shame is that? People for sale, and I wish I had money, I go buy that property. I buy the property, I pull it off or rent. Let people be renting it. They be cooking there. So that can be as a history because it's a disgrace. It's a huge disgrace. Do you know? Do you know what image it put out in the international community? People who follow news. You know now, uh, the community media activities now is too much. The social media, the print media is now carried in. Hello,
Yeah, I mean,
Pascal, welcome.
hey, thank you, Archie. Thank you. Well, again, a lot more will happen. The election house of our country is it could be collateralized. You
Mm,
know, it's on sale because they pay 171,000. Like you said, they just conducted the by-elections in Nimba, and we saw that the budget for that election in Nimba is around 1 million. But you owe a Liberian vendor for more. I mean, I've been since 2023,
mm,
as we are supposed.
mm, mm.
You owe them for more than 2 years, and you can pay. Yeah, this is it. I think this is it for our people. I mean, can say as for ability,
Mhm.
it is his right. We, I'm not going to sit here to say he doesn't have the credentials. I mean, so like UN. I think he's one person who have been doing well at the legislature in terms of development. I mean, we've seen his name marks in Limbat in other places. So I mean, I can't speak next year about him, but I think the decision to be like that president is for the Liberian people. So
Sure.
the electorate is going to decide that. Everybody could be competent, but the electorate is going to make a decision.
Okay.
I mean, we're open for again. I think it's a shame, like you said, that disgrace at the election cost of our country will be indebted to a Liberian 171,000 for almost 2 years in getting that company out of business. It's a shame, and I think it's worth talking about. Thank you for the privilege. Thank you, Chief.
Thank you so much, Pascal. That was the voice of Pascal David 077907907 NEC property uh, for a collateral. Wow. Wow. For sale. Y'all go buy it right there. Y'all want to buy it? I want her right something. Look, we need to be serious. We need to be serious in this little country, Liberia. The reason is that people does not attach seriousness to matters that worth concern. And you see, for 2 consecutive years, you cannot pay somebody. How you expect them? And the thing is that the most saddening part of it is that This is the country's most is expected to be the number one most credible institution in the country because they govern every electoral process of this country. They are. But you there today, your property is a shame. Come to imagine BBC carrying that news, CNN carrying that news, Al Jazeera carrying that news, and it's being followed across the world. The Liberia National Election Commission's headquarters or its property is being put out for sale. What singular does that bring? Only because they owed a local vendor 171,000. You owe a local vendor. Like I said earlier, when you go outside of Liberia to do your printing of your ballot papers, other electoral materials you buy outside of Liberia, you don't credit them. You pay it in full. Even if you credit them, pay it because you don't want your bad name to go as it is now in the media. So why should you do that to a Liberian business? A Liberian business. You don't think it will be credible enough that our Liberia printing press one of these days print a ballot paper? You don't think so? So if you don't want to empower the business, you rather breaking the business down. What do you expect? How do you expect the business to grow? And you say Liberianization. That policy, it should be respected in every entity. And besides the NEC, those are challenges business owners are going through in the hands of government institutions. Some of them, they may not afraid. Oh, my man, you know how to get you contract. You know how to do their one. Some of them will go there and give the contract and go right back, collect the money, call kickback. They say, oh, man, give me the contract. We'll give you 10,000 contract, but you'll give us 2,000, you give us 3,000. And because of the economy, some businesses fall prey to these things. They fall prey to it. You know what Liberian businesses are going through? Kickback. They threaten them, make them afraid. Even when you owe them, I mean, knows how to get you. The other contract comes how to get rid of you. There's small money, baby. You come and make all of it. Or you doing them one. Because, hello?
Yes, Chief.
Bayoga, welcome.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, Chief. I want to ask you a question. I'm over issue that happened. That what happened?
About the accident?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was this Sunday in Bombay County. In Kimon County.
How many persons are worried about?
Is it 5 person, 4 passenger in the rider?
Yeah. So, but you know, that's why if I don't go to with the motorcycle, we go to what you it's very bad. Okay.
Yeah, in a rural place, what the road is very bad.
Yeah. Then what you say there, you monetize it. Yeah.
Okay, thank you, Bayoga. Zireme is concerned about his motorbike people, and that's good because the motorcyclists they're doing well actually in terms of transportation. Let's get this person. Hello.
Yeah, good evening, Ashi.
Good evening. What is your name?
Yeah, this is the Oracle.
Welcome.
And I'm calling for this thing.
Okay.
I think it's laughable, but it's laughable and serious. The next office will be auction. I'm going to call it auction now because we're looking at one more the money they won't put it on table.
Yeah.
But these are things that we must condemn. So whosoever was that judge, I carry on that ruling, I think I must commend. I think we see the justice system going in this kind of way for partiality. I think it would be the best thing. That no matter who's involved, the law must take it first. To owe an individual, a citizen, it means whole government entity owe a citizen. It's no shameful individual. So maybe if we get contract again, which one of the 20 people want to partner with you?
No way to be afraid.
Nobody want to do it to be afraid. So I think is that the commissioners themselves can raise that money. Even though they can do budget for election, I believe organ finish can remain. So it's very hard thing in mind to be paying the people money small, small. Or they just go do, they just make promise they know because we too can go to police station and make promise they know to pay people money. So I think there's another way to do it. But for ability, like we all say, they have his own constitutional right to contest for the presidency because he's a Liberian, he has reached the age. Even me on the phone can contest for the presidency in Liberia.
Okay.
So, who will be a good leader? When you get into the position, we will see your style leadership. But that is his right. But for me as an individual, I may not see him as an alternative. I can never support ability, but it's up to those who see him to be somebody good. So it's good that he must contest. If he wins, so be it. If he doesn't, that's the will of the people. Thank you very much, this evening.
Thank you, the Oracle. 077907907. Plus 231-888-577750. The WhatsApp number. I say NEC, you made a session more. You make your look. For every given election, there are budgets made. The NEC can make a budget for every election, whether for awareness, for education, for the electoral materials. So why being wicked to a local businessman? And I would say that I say Liberian business is not improving. All Liberian business can do, but you owe a common businessman a printing price 1,000. You expect a man to make magic to keep the business running for 2 consecutive years. You can't pay that money. I see this as a wailing or a planned and calculated means to break this business down. Only because if you want a mentor, you say, "Oh, we're not getting contract again." But like our caller said, the Oracle said, I love the judiciary, the trend the judiciary system is taking now. Vote of partiality. You render not about who you are, not about who you are or what you think you are, what position you're in. Look, if if there can be a total overhaul of the judiciary system, then Liberia will be moving somewhere. Because government official will not be as a care order when you go to court. It's not a government institution, they keep it on a carpet. No. And I love how they order that. And I love how it went in the media. People should learn from these things. All institutions should learn from these things. When when budgets are made, you sit there, distributed. Look, that one NEC they're doing it. We as a ministry, you know, the conflict of interest that was there, the corruption reports that was coming from that NEC. And NEC is supposed to be the most credible institution in this country. When we talk about NEC, let people find credibility in you. Let them see it in you, in your activities, so that you can be respected. So that you can be respected. But don't give people reason. Don't give people reason to criticize you. Don't give people reason to criticize you. Don't give people reason to overlook you. Don't give people the reason to discredit you when it comes to accountability. They say, no, it's about NEC, by a way back. Oh, NEC by a way that year. NEC why can old people they sell that they can be selling a bidding, they can put a bidding there as collateral. They all showing there for 1,000. That go buy business people. Y'all be a hotel right there. It's a good spot. It's a good spot. It's a good spot. Central and Sinker is a good spot. So you can put it there and do a business with that. And don't forget, like I said, don't forget and continue to play the cash giveaway. *799*9#. Follow the instruction. The options are there. LD or US, select the number of tickets. The more you play, the better chances you stand to win. Because the double you play, the better chance your number get in the system. Because the computer there, the more your numbers are there when it's spinning, the possibility of you winning is a little bit possible because you have more transaction. So you can continue to do that *799 *9#. So we don't have much time. We have less than 9 minutes to be here. Callers, if you're just joining us, this is the round table on Blaze Radio 90.7 with me, Achise Bob Yene. Belete wants to contest as a president. I mean, I say he's tired being representative. For 6 years now, he's going to complete. And no, he won't be representative, but he will be appearing as a presidential material, a presidential candidate. 2029. Look, the political party in the country, we'll talk about it maybe sometimes on the show. Hello?
How you doing?
I'm good. What is your name?
Okay, Bruce, I'm doing from Jakarta.
Go ahead.
Thank you.
Okay.
Is that what Billy his supporter? For him saying he contesting, everybody have the right to say they want to contest. And first, I will tell God, thank you for him leaving my country, also my district. So let him go nationwide and go enjoy himself.
Okay.
But for me, my vote, I'm going to go for Billy because I know he's someone who.
The man are representing for your district now, so I can support him.
Yes. No, he is a representative of my district. I never supported him, I never voted him. So for him saying he's not contesting again, I tell God thank you for that. Let him even leave the district and leave the county and go nationwide, so everybody will know his strength. So that only district you say you're going to contest, so that we know his strength and the nationwide.
Okay.
Because there was a serious problem when even on the Democratic Party, we know that there's a lot of problems. Even when he came first, when they invited him, CDC, they want to work for want to say 1 million rally, all that stuff when they lost the election. So when he went there, in visited local radio station, when they asked him, he said CDC needs to be based on a new generation. It shouldn't be based on the principle of George Weah. It should be based on a new person. So I don't know in your wonder for him to say it should be a new person or what. Before he left, then he said he's on CMC. So then he go and try his strength. I wish him the best, but for me, I'm going to vote for him.
Okay. Thank you. 777-907-907. A few minutes to go. We have less than 6 minutes to be here. 777-907-907. It is 711-107. Make your input. Could Belete be a good presidential material? Is he? Look, we will have to find time to discuss this in totality. Is Belete the best option? If you say no, we want President Baka or maybe the vice president could contest and say no, we want him. We don't want coming. Could Belete be the best option? Could Belete be following his records? Hey, 002. Good afternoon. I don't know what is afternoon to your side. Well, greetings, Mom. Mistress Deborah, Dennis Teru, the 002 of Blaze is watching. And thank you for following. They're from the US. She's always following as well. 07790790788711107. So if Belete could be the next option, you say no, we want Baka, we want Weah. Could Belete be a good presidential material? Could he be? So 2029 is going to be a different ball game when it comes to election in Liberia. Because, look, you have people formulating too many political parties. Too many political parties. So there will be, the funniest part is that you have those people. Let me get this call up and come back. Hello?
Hello.
What is your name?
Tagai Tubal on the SD Kubaru.
Go ahead.
Okay. It is true that I have a right to go as a president. Because they allow him to enter in the hall as a representative.
Okay.
So he's trying to get another chance to go as a president. So the Musa Belete, President Musa Belete.
While the Neskrish, President Musa Belete.
In the Republic of Liberia, Musa Belete, President Musa Belete. All right. There you are, I'm wishing luck.
All right. Thank you. I love how he makes the emphasis. President Musa Bedete in Liberia. So what is the emphasis about? Look. 2029 overall going to be a different ball game, and it's up to you, the electrics, because you have to listen to education we will provide for you. Because everyone will come, everyone wants to build roads. They need quality education, healthcare. You understand? They want to improve your life. But what means? How are they going to? Everyone has the same platform. For one seat, you have more than 30 plus people wanting to vie for that. But it's a it's a discussion for another day. You're in embarrassing the country on the international scene, embarrassing everybody when it comes to this. Oh, the poor NEC. I know. Uh, we're gonna ride it to buy that place so that we can make build an apartment there, for rent. Because Saint NEC can manage. You owe a look. It's being cruelty to the highest degree. I don't want to say, oh, NEC can pay. NEC can pay for that. Like one of our callers said, the commissioners themselves can rally that money among themselves. They can rally that among themselves. The money they get, look, budget for election in this country. So assuming maybe next week or this week is by election, where do you expect the NDC to have its activities? You go, you sit down in the building, you use the people material, you owe them. The body that's supposed to be one of the most credible body or institution in the country, you owe a local businessman 1,000. You're killing the main business. NEC, you disgrace Liberia to the world. The Liberian electoral body, their property, is being seized as a collateral. If they can pay, people will buy that property. It's a shame. It's a disgrace. It's a total embarrassment to Liberia. You put the face of Liberia in the mud on the international scene. So just imagine BBC reporting, CNN, Al Jazeera. Amen. International platform reporting this news. NEC on the headlines. And it was so disgraceful that the place lack to that property. Folks, look, we just have to pray for a reformed Liberia. We have to pray for a better Liberia, for a new day in this country. And that's why you electrics, you the citizen, you need to stand up. Stand up for and I love the businessman. Thank you for going to court. And the court did well. Don't be afraid no matter, because they will be there threatening you. Oh my man, that last small money Bennett doing it. When I get you contract, when you do that thing, when I get you contract, somebody want to get you the contract, they go back, they collect the money. They say kickback. Somebody get you 10,000 that contract. But when you get in 30,000, 4,000 as a kickback, what else will you do the job they want you to do with? How much will remain for the job you need to do? And what profit will you acquire as a businessman? Those are challenges businesses faced in this country. But it's good that the NEC is in the spotlight. We look forward to see how many government institutions will learn from the incident today at the NEC. Well, that's all the time we have today. Thanks for the call. Thanks for your calls and contribution. Thanks for the listening role you play. And thanks to those of you who were following our live podcast. See, you have Maro Kurman was following us from Camp Place City, Nema County. And Ezekiel Gamoyu Yakpa Jr. was following us from Virginia, Mercer County. And Madame Deborah Dennis Jerome was following us from the US. I want to say thanks to all of you for your contributions and the listening role you continue to play. Join us tomorrow, Wednesday, for the May Week edition of the program, The Round Table. My name is Archie. Say Bob Yene. Remember, don't trouble trouble before trouble troubles. You have yourself a wonderful night.